Okay, welcome all and a warm namaste from me. My name is Ashish Sadekar and I welcome you all to a very interesting topic researched by my team about PGMP, once elite and now essential. It's a very interesting topic, uh, and I think it sums it all why people are going towards that. Uh, So I'm going to talk a little bit of my experiences today. And before I start, a lot of people joined between 8 o'clock to 8:05 in the first 5 minutes. So for people who don't know me, I see some new faces here. Okay, which is good. I love doing what I do. So this is like my passion project. So I like talking about project program management. I interact with a lot of this project management fraternity, and I keep on learning from them. So I do a lot of consulting projects. I interact with PMI India professionals, global professionals. So something that I keep on understanding what's happening in the market. So great. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Okay. And we are going to do this, okay, topic of the day, that PGMP once elite, now essential. Okay, I wanted to know present some statistics, okay, as just a warm up. Know what's happening in the world. Okay, I don't know whether how it's there in your company currently, but if you see, there is a lot of buzz which is happening in a lot of companies, like, no, let's explore program management. Okay, I see a little spurt in my workshops that we do on PGMP. I see a lot of consulting assignments where people are ready to explore about program management. So I see a lot of these signs which are happening. If you ask me, during COVID or just after COVID, these signs were not that visible as they are today in 2025. So I just researched, know how many jobs are there in the first place of PGMP. Okay, not PFMP, but I just did for PGMP, and no, I saw that, okay, the jobs are, okay, around, so many jobs, okay, of program managers. So I actually search for a program managers, and there are so many jobs of program management. Now, of course, now, no, when I actually, before I did my PGMP, my designation was a senior program manager, but I was doing a project management job. Okay, my role, my designation was a program manager from a seniority point of view, but I was still doing a project manager. So this may not reflect really the real program, but many people, many organizations are looking for program managers. It's a high number. Okay, if I have to show you PGMP certified 50 jobs in India, which is also a very high number according to me. When people, there are employers who are looking for PGMP, that itself gives me a little kind of encouragement in that sense. Like, the awareness today is in employers, in leaderships, okay, is much higher than it was 2 years back. I will tell you one more statistics. The number of PGMP certified in the last 2 years was 2,500. And in the last 13 years, from 23 back to 2009 or 2010, it was around 3,000. So it's almost double. So it is pretty high. So the point I'm trying to say, there is a lot of kind of a wake up call which has happened after the COVID, which was missing earlier. So what had changed after COVID, where people think, okay, we need to do, or people are becoming more aware about program management, right? These are the jobs in United States. Okay, I searched their popular, no, the recruitment, no, website, right? These are the jobs, LinkedIn jobs for the program manager in India, and these are the LinkedIn jobs for program manager in the United States. I see a very high number in that sense. Okay. So what has changed after the COVID that we are increasingly finding ourselves in what we call the VUCA world, right? The world has become more ambiguous, more complex, more uncertain, and more volatile, right? It has become more ambiguous. You know what is ambiguous? We have many more options, okay, but we do not know which option works the best for us. 2025, we have entered in the economy. There is so much uncertainty. Yesterday, we saw the headlines, TCS kind of getting away with 12,000 or more. That's a number in the newspaper. And they are saying it's not AI, but it's a skill misfit. We need upskilling, or there is a skill misfit, and therefore they need to lay off. Okay, there is a lot of uncertainty, and this is going to be followed by a lot of similar companies in the coming days. So there is a lot of fear, uncertainty. People cannot predict in the current environment. Plus the environment is very dynamic now in 25 because of the trade, everything, but people are not able to predict. There are a lot of changes happening, okay, around in the environment. That's the reality of today, and it is not going to go away. In my mind, it is going to be ever like this, and that's the precise reason why agility is also thriving in this environment. Agility is also a learning based method, like a program management. You do experiments, you do short cycles, you find out your way, what works. Agility also is becoming a like a necessity in after COVID. It's accelerated a lot. Agility was always there, but it accelerated a lot after COVID, because primarily we are living in a highly uncertain and highly ambiguous world, right? This is what is happening, right? This is what is about the world that we are living. There is a lot of things which we cannot predict. The variables are going out of our hand. As a project manager, he controls a lot of variables. The controlling factor, project manager controlling factor comes, okay, whereas program manager, okay, it's a little different ball game, but I will come to that. But the point is, today's world is changing, and it is changing fast. Okay, I'm trying to build the context. I don't know whether you are doing programs in your organizations, but in my exposure, I have been doing PgMP since 2017. I have also interacted with a lot of corporates who are doing program management, who wants to do the right way of program management. In fact, I recently was talking with a mid-size IT company. They were very curious to learn about program management. So we are using the PgMP practices and build on their own things, and we're tailoring a lot of things. But essentially, which I see, a lot of these programs are, I call it ad hoc programs. So I refer to Michel Thierry as well, who was a pioneer in program management, wrote a lot of research articles based out of UK, contributed a lot of PMI things. And this is, most of the organizations, what they do is they have a lot of projects in line with your strategic objectives, right? So what are projects? Projects basically is an initiative to achieve your strategic objective. What can be a strategic objective? Very simple, is increasing your revenue or increasing your profitability. For that, you will do a project saying that, okay, I will do, say, automation project, or I will, okay, open a shop in Middle East to increase my profitability or revenue, okay, because there is a market there. That's a project, right? So there are a lot of projects, like there can be a lot of projects, or a big organization. Imagine a big organizations. Now there are offices everywhere, there are a lot of teams across a lot of departments, they're doing projects. Then suddenly the projects are interacting with a lot of people, the project size is getting bigger, there are two or three projects, and somewhere around the leadership say that, okay, let's club this project and let's have someone who will coordinate these projects better, and we name that guy as a program manager. So program manager in this scenario comes as a afterthought. He is not there initially. He is more of a coordinator, more of an escalation point. That's how a program manager generally comes in 95% of the organization. I may be wrong, okay, but this is as per my kind of observations as well, no, and it's basically more in the Indian scenario. I'm more exposed to the Indian market than any other market. But that's how programs are done. Program manager comes as a later part, as an afterthought, and that's how programs are done. So when I see the skill sets of a program manager, okay, I find this kind of skill set where he has a lot of years managing the projects. He has been doing the same thing. Now he is kind of getting promoted. That's what happened to me as well. Project manager, senior project manager, program manager, senior program manager. But essentially, I was doing projects. It becomes an escalation pointer for projects. I was doing multiple projects. A program manager, I'm talking of the current skill sets, okay, as they do in the current way in a lot of organizations. He is the decision maker for a lot of projects, the no, which he is kind of controlling. In IT companies, you can call him a delivery manager as well in some cases. So program manager is really meticulous. He goes into depth. He knows a lot of memories. Okay, knows a lot of things back of his hand. He is a subject matter expert. He's a technical expert. Okay, he knows a lot of things happening in that because he's graduated from that. Of course, he has great communication skills. He knows how to get things done. This is like a little skill set of a program manager in the current context of the things. If someone disagrees, let me know. But this is the current context of the things, how a program manager is or should be, or that's how is perceived. Okay, that's how is kind of thing. He's given the designation of that. According to me, essentially, he's a project manager with a lot of scope. Okay. PgMP doesn't regard him as a program manager. If I see this is the way he does the program. Okay. So that's when people come to my class, that's a basic myth they have this, right? Okay, what is a program and what is a project, and what is the difference, and okay, what I want to do, what is a program, and a lot of leadership also understand why there is a program in the first place. However, the skill sets required by the program manager and the project manager are way different. They are at the two ends of the spectrum. This is one of the slides which many people like. If you see, the program manager has more of tacit skills. You know what is tacit? Implicit. Okay, which are not no shown, not displayed easily. It is understood over a period of time. Whereas project managers display, okay, your skills like problem solving, technical competency, planning. Okay, a portfolio manager is more administrative in nature. Generally, your leaderships, top management or your leadership, okay, leaders, okay, they have portfolio. Okay, in simple words, portfolio decide, they are on the driver's seat, where my car should, steering wheel, where my car should go. Is this increase profitability, decrease cost? Like TCS now probably is increasing profitability by reducing their workflows, right? They don't want anyone on the bench. They're reducing their fat. That will increase their profitability, right? Probably. I'm just thinking aloud. Portfolio managers. So program managers are a different breed altogether, right? They are the bridge between the portfolio and the projects. In March 2024, PMI released the fifth edition of the PgMP standard guide. Although the content is more or less remains the same and it had taken forward, but the idea of the fifth edition over the fourth edition is the directional change that they are introducing. So the today's program management includes a lot of agile programs as well. Earlier, the thinking was like, no, PMI was more like regarded as a waterfall, which they are like breaking the myth. Okay, it's more of organizational framework, but today they are actually increasing the breadth of the program, saying that it can include various approaches, including the adaptive or the agile approaches. And that's where that was the directional change that they introduced in the fifth edition of the PgMP guide. I think that's a big move. Okay, so programs are very important. Okay, if you do it right, you bring a lot of no certainty, a lot of predictability, and you actually align what you are doing as a projects to your strategic objectives, like increase profitability, increase revenue. That saves a lot of time, effort, money. And when I say time, imagine you want to build a metro in Mumbai, where I stay. It takes 7 years, and because you do the right program management, okay, because it's a large program, okay, you do it in 4 years, you save 3 years. That's, forget the cost. Okay, you're delivering, people are using it, people are paying for it. Okay, that's the revenue collected 3 years earlier because you do that. Okay, imagine how much revenue will be collected, how much the cost will be lesser, how much, okay, the pain for a lot of people will go. No, a lot of things, right? That's what agility is all about. No, agility is about a time factor, right? Lean, agile has roots in lean. Okay, agile is about doing it in a reduced time. Okay, giving it sooner. It doesn't mean sooner is not about speed. Okay, speed is not about agility. Agility is about correctness. When there is a definition, people use it, delivering it sooner, people think it's a speed. It's not speed, it's delivering in time, because for that there are various methods like shorter feedback loop and then a lot of enablers, like many practices, 200 practices. Scrum is one of the popular ones. But the point is how to reduce in time. That saves a lot of cost. Program management actually does it at a very large scale, and that requires a lot of different skill sets than a project manager. And that's where many people think that's my, okay, it's a great thing to have. Many people do not recognize, many in fact organization leadership do not recognize, and but that's a required skill set to do that. Some people actually adapt to that and gain that over the experience. Okay, that's how it happens, right? But if you actually built it and you develop it, you know what you're doing, I think it makes a large difference. So I always see, I'm a proponent of certification, I'm a proponent of knowledge. theory is a great intervention for experience. Nothing replaces experience, but if you do the same thing, you will get the same result. Theory actually interjects and gives you a different dimension to the way you are doing things. I think it makes a lot of sense. Personally, it has helped me in my projects which I was doing, even programs. Right? Great. Before I start with what is a program, I want to ask you what is a program. So I had designed one poll, if you don't mind. Okay. According whatever I said, and I want to know your understanding on what is a program. So I'm launching this. Okay. If you can answer, I'm grateful for that. Come on, guys. Okay. The answers might look the same, but they are different. Okay, so what I got is 50% for managing multiple projects for a portfolio, and the third one, which managing the different interdependencies between the various projects. 50-50%. Half of the people actually answered that, half of the people answered this. Interesting. Actually, both the answers are correct, but I would tend to incline towards the third answer. The idea of program management is how you manage the interdependencies between the various projects. Okay. And that makes I'm talking of a large program, like building a metro rail network across the, no, in Mumbai, in my city, there are 122 stations across 6 lines or 7 lines. Okay, so many station. Every station is one project. So you're talking of 122 projects, okay, by itself, which will have a lot of people. Like one is construction, one is, technical transformations, the transformer, electrical. One is the road, one is the environment. So many people doing these things. Okay, and how you need to actually build that entire thing, and why, which station should come first, a lot of things which will come, lot of interdependencies which will come, and for that you need someone to integrate all this together. Okay, align it with the strategic objectives. Okay, a strategic objective can be reduce traffic, I don't know. Okay, for that we actually, that's also a soul searching exercise which we do in PgMP, why we should do a program. Okay, that's the first question we need to answer. But these are the things that it goes into a program. Thank you all for answering the poll. Okay, so when I talk about a program, okay, program management, okay, is both a learning cycle and a performance cycle. When I am talking about program is not an afterthought. I call my programs as it is taught in the PGMP or the guide or the PMI guide, PGMP guide says, we talk about a vision-led program. So when the strategic objectives are, okay, done by the portfolio, the portfolio manager thinks about a strategic objective in line with is what is my capacity and the capability versus the risk that he has at the organization level. He decides, okay, I want to increase the revenue by 10% or whatsoever. And for that, I will now decide the program manager. So the program manager is very strategic in nature. He needs to understand which projects I need to start for that achieving the strategic objective. So he will actually think about sense making. Okay, what to do. Okay, which benefits or know what capabilities no I need to actually build to achieve that thing. So there is a lot of thinking, there is a lot of strategy, there is a lot of data, there is a lot of no thinking, ideation on that part. Okay, and there is a technique to actually achieve that. Okay, when which we learn in the PGMP, how to do that. So it's a little iterative in nature, right? So they make a choice. There is a lot of intuition as well. We make a choice. That intuition is mitigated by a lot of data. Like if you have a lot of data, you will actually mitigate the risk. What is the achievability of the solution? Or what is the CSF? What is the KPI? So we do a lot of metrics as well. But once you decide which project to go, then you execute that project. So program management, okay, right, starts with the what to do strategy till it is executed and till it is goes deployed and starts used. People start using it in operation. So the metro rail, building the metro rail is done, the program manager is not gone. He will work with the operations, how people are using it, what are the improvements, how we can sustain that usage of the railway station, what I need to do I need to actually have another exit for the station, how I can make them use it better. So right from this starting point till it goes to operations to sustain it as well. So program management is both decision making as well as decision execution. It encompasses the components of a program, includes the project as well as the operations. And that's very interesting. So having the right people, right team also matters. Yeah, sense making, I say. And if you use strategically, you have that knowledge, you can do it much better. What to choose, how to choose, why to choose, okay, how to sustain the benefits. Okay, it makes a lot of difference in the way you execute. Both programs and agile works on the word value realization. I call it benefits. Benefits can be loosely interchangeably used with value, but both are focused on value. Value is consuming one part of the value. I'm making it very simple, is consuming the output delivered by the projects. So it becomes very interesting. So program is not projects. Program is much more than projects. A very interesting way if people start using. Good part, sadly, people are not using it currently, but the good part, people are realizing it and they are trying it out. And that's a good part. And it will be more in focus because the world has also changed. It has moved very dynamic. So I think there would be a lot of usage of program management. When I talk about program management, okay, relatively, it is a simpler syllabus than projects. Simpler in the way it's not exhaustive. Okay, so it has 6 domains. Okay, it's the strategic, benefit, stakeholder, governance, life cycle, and now they introduce a collaboration, which is like a very small one, but it's not exhaustive. The main problem with program is that people cannot relate to program because they haven't done it. They don't have a live example where they can see, okay, these people are doing it. So it becomes more of a alien theory for them. Oh, this is not done. Whereas in project management, whatever we are teaching or whatever is in syllabus, they can relate to it. Although they are not doing it in the fashion that is been taught, but they can absolutely appreciate the gaps between, oh, okay, this is the way planning should be done. This will help me. They can relate, they can know, imagine, they can do that. With program management, that is the factor that is lacking because it's not practice so much in the organization. Okay, but that's the other side is that you can actually use it. So if you understand the concepts really well in program management, the effort to pass the exam is lesser. But if you do not understand why, what, how to do program management, then it becomes even 10 times you read the PgMP guide, you wrote it, no, mug it up, it will not help you. So you need to be conceptually strong in the PgMP. And that's where I think we as ProThoughts help you to become conceptually strong. Now, the one thing which I say is that after the training, you can read the guide very easily. I don't know how many of you have tried reading the guide now. It becomes a lot of bouncer, you don't understand it, most of them. Okay. So that's where the value add is. So let me tell you what the guide provides, okay, just to help you understand. The guide is like, gives you a good idea about what is program management. But the guide also assumes that you already are doing program management. So it starts not from the zero part. So they assume that you already know some things and they take it, they don't give examples, they just tells you how the program management should be done. Okay. So there's a guideline, but they don't create that foundation. They give you examples, they give not examples, they give you differences between projects and portfolios. They give you what are the different domains, what is the work done in program management, which is activities, or what are the different artifacts, not in detail though, of a program. Okay. So you get a idea about program management, but what it lacks is how to use it in your day-to-day program, because you are not being using it. So how to use it? Okay, it becomes very generic. It is just like very theory. Nobody's practiced some arcane, no alien theory. It appears when you read it. Okay, you can't make a sense of how it actually works. Okay, the terminology differentiation becomes just as a rote, mug up thing. No, you can't relate to that. There are no examples, no how the templates would look, etc. Okay, what are the tools to use, how you actually find out the benefits outcomes from a strategy, nothing is that. Okay, the content is basically dry. That's why I'm calling it monotonous content. Okay, it becomes very difficult, okay, to get something out of from the guide. Okay, I don't know what is your experience, but I keep on talking with a lot of people. It becomes very difficult, even your experience, uh, to get something out of the guide. And that's where, okay, we add the value, right? So that is something which the training with our material, we give 30 plus materials, that there are templates, there are case studies. They actually tell you how to actually write a business case, which is a very important artifact of a program. Okay, how to do a benefits map. Okay, you find out all these techniques. That's where we actually help. One of the things which people fear, okay, in writing the PgMP exam is the whether my application will be passed, because a lot of people are not done programs, so they need that application support. So we actually help them in their application support one on one. Okay, I was just reviewing one application today. uh, they write as if, okay, they write I'm program manager, I'm doing that, but they don't have the content, and there is a panel reviewer, and his job is to find whether there is a flow and whether he's actually done a program. He'll understand he's not a program, he's doing a project. So you need to write in the language of the PJMP. You need to write in a flow what exactly are written, what is the challenge you face. You need to tell your experience. It can't be, you can't look smarter in that. No, every other person is also smarter. So we do support session once a month. Okay, we have started doing that once a month. Okay, we handle students till they get their certification. So all this is a part of ProThoughts. This is a step-by-step guide. I had done one webinar on step-by-step how to write an application, what to do, what not to do, what is panel review, what when you need to pay the exam. I think it's on the YouTube. You can read that. Okay. But no, in a very short thing, there is an audit for every PGMP application. After the audit is approved, you need to pay the fees, and then there is a panel review. Panel reviews are done by people like you and me, and they check whether you have done the program. They basically, there are three essays that you need to write, okay, on certain domain of program, and whether you perform that. If you pass the panel review, you can take the exam. If you don't pass the panel review, it has not happened at least with ProThought so far, you get the money refunded back to your account. Okay, that's how you do this, right? So this is your Okay, how you guys go about doing these things. I have reserved 15 minutes for question and answer sessions. Okay, so that you can ask me any questions. So my idea is very simple. I'm trying to tell you why, okay, program management has become very, very important, and it is very contextual as well. Okay. Like I was reading some topics like AI, okay, how the world is changing, and because of the TCS thing, that there are a lot of like articles which are coming, and then they're saying that okay, a lot of people by 2030, 2035 no have a risk of losing the job if they don't skill themselves. The problem is not with the AI, is problem is that when the skill is required, can you actually acquire that skill to get into the new things? Can you adapt yourself pretty well to get? And the gig economy and the side hustles will increase from 2030 to 2035. Okay, lot many things will become automated. So you need to find your own mojo. Okay, up- upskilling companies like us probably would be in a better shape, maybe, but upskilling would be in vogue. Okay, so you need to upskill yourself, you need to be relevant, okay, to yourself, and that's where you can actually score somewhere, typically in the post your 35s or something. Okay, that's where people will actually be questioned more than people at the entry level, in my mind. Okay, so this is what you can actually think about. So in our PGMP workshop, we do a post-training support. We have webinars, we have a lot of materials, we do doubt clearing sessions, we have 4 mock exams. So we do a lot of things there, right? Uh, so I think we do a lot of games, as we said that we do have a case study live, which we actually mimic how it starts from a strategic objective till he writes a business case, and they can relate to what we have done, the theory part. It acts as a good summary, okay, know how to apply it in your day-to-day work, the program management concept. So this is something which I think works a lot. We spent around 2 hours on a case study on the last day. This is some of the materials that ProThoughts has. We boast ourselves around 30 plus materials on PgMP, right? Uh, I think I had not checked the time, but around 8:40, 45, I will actually stop for questions. We'll give some 15 minutes of question and answers. But these are the materials that we have, okay? And just shoot your questions, please, in the question and answer panel, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. How can we get the PGMP study materials abroad once enrolled? Okay, so Sachi, uh, the study materials are all online. They are on the ProThoughts learning portal. Okay, so we basically give them the PDFs, okay, to learn. Okay, and then there are some templates which are downloadable as well, which they can use in their day-to-day work. And yeah, so there is no hard copy involved. So you can actually use the learning material as any learning material you will have. Okay, the training sessions are instructor led online sessions, so it's a live session like this, and the trainers and our support are available for any help post a training. So we are there to help you, even if there is a call required or a video call, we will happy to help, right? So there is some anonymous attendee who is saying, what is the cost one might incur to complete the course including the ProThoughts fee? Okay, so we have a pricing for the Indian students, and little higher, little extra pricing. We are very transparent about our pricing, and it's already there on the website, I guess. And there is an examination fees which the PMI has. Okay, ProThoughts being a premier ATP partner of PMI, we offer a certain discount of around 5,000 rupees on the PMI exam plus membership cost if they purchase from us. But why PMI is incentivizing ProThoughts to do that is basically because they want many people to take the PGMP exam. So we are giving a discount so that they can take that. So yes, so this is the offer cost. Okay, if you can put a mail to no, I will show you the number. We will give you exact breakup of all the price. Okay, it will go around 100 1 lakh rupees Indian rupees, including exam membership and the training fees. Chetan is saying, in general practice, out of your experience, how many weeks as a minimum required? We say 45 days, okay, which is around 6 weeks. Okay, many people do it in 4 weeks, Chetan, and it's absolutely possible. I'm talking about this weeks after the training is completed. Balchandra Bhatt is asking, in this agile trend, does the PGMP really beneficial? Of course, that's why we are doing it. It's really beneficial, right? It will say agile is okay, a concept is a way of thinking. PGMP is a way of doing it. Okay, program management. Okay, so if you have a structured way of doing things, okay, it will definitely help. A program manager with a agile mindset really is a great skill set, right? um, okay, Sachi is asking, is there any training on the tracking of projects including in the PGMP course? No, we don't go into the nitty-gritties of tracking the projects. No, we talked about some metrics in programs, how the projects are chosen, how you oversee the projects, what are the activities. But tracking of projects like with a tool kind of MS project tool, I think we don't go there. Okay, we have a e-learning module on MS project on how to track your projects. Okay, we can give at a certain discount. We generally give some courses free, okay, if you enroll with PGMP. Okay, can people answer the poll, please? Not many people have answered the poll. Anyone who is not done? Any questions? Okay, there are some more. Okay. Only with project management experience across 15 plus and no can directly enroll. So Sachi, there is no no requirement, or like I said, PM project management and program management, different skill set. There is no prerequisite that a project manager or a PMP should only do PGMP. Okay, nothing like that. Okay, the only waiver you get if you're a PMP who's doing a program PGMP, you don't have to show your project management experience in your application. That's it. There are so many people who were not PMP, okay, and they have become PGMP certified. Okay, their reviews are there on our website as well. Any other questions? Okay, please answer your polls, else I'm closing it. It's very difficult to, okay, make a topic, talk about it, talk about a certain thing, okay, we have been talking a lot about things. So if you need some kind of topics which you want us to take, also please suggest, okay, and we will try to find experts who can take that topics as well. Yeah, Balchandra, you can type your question. I'm happy to answer. We can't unmute you, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, if there are no more questions, maybe we'll call it off. But before that, I want to put the claim code. I put the claim code in the chat. You can use that and claim your one PDU. Okay. And that's how it is. You will get automated mail as well if you miss this as well. I put the claim code in the chat window. Okay. You can all use this. Okay. So, okay, there's some question. Okay. Lovely. Oh, by mistake, you raised. Okay, no problem. Right. Okay. Great. So, guys, also I'm going to give my LinkedIn profile. So, anyone do not have a question now or do not want to ask a question now, but want to ask it later, uh, I will be more than happy to talk on my LinkedIn profile with all of you. So I'm putting my LinkedIn profile in the chat again, and I will be more than happy, okay, to answer your question on one-on-one. I will be more than happy to get connected with you and talk anything under the sun on not even PgMP, anything, agile, whatever you want in the project management space. Okay. So no, let's have that connect together. Okay. Happy to get connected with all of you. Right. So I'm closing the poll. Thank you so much for putting your responses in the poll. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. Okay. And keep on suggesting how we can improve on the webinar, be it on topics, be it on some technical things. I'll be more than happy to share our knowledge about, with the community here. Okay. Thank you so much once again, and a warm namaste from my side, and let's be stay connected. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. See ya.